Let's look into the film. In this video, we're looking at Michael Parsons, number 11, and what he brings to the table. Of course, we know pass rush is there, but what he takes away is some of the passes that the quarterback would love to do. And as you see, squeezes down inside, and the quarterback is not able to step inside of this pocket here to deliver the ball in this window. It will come open. See, it's open here, but Parsons is already in the face. So that's saving you about 12 to 13 yards down the field because of his ability to pass rush, not to throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's better to have him on the team versus off the team to deliver something like that of a pass rush. And as you can see, quarterbacks who got long developing plays or waiting for a clear out, they can't get to it if the pass rush is successful. Now, granted, we can talk about not being able to stop the run, but stopping the passing is everything in the National Football League. Even fighting through a hole here and he gets the quarterback down in the dirt. You need this. You would love to see this. And I think that with Parsons, the way the new administration staff of the defense, they will figure out ways, more and more ways to utilize him. Majority of his sacks came from inside. You see if he scooped right in, the quarterback is a one read here, and he's not able to go through his progressions because of the pressure, because of the blitz right inside. And he's not able to step up and go through his throw here onto the edge here. And we have everybody hat on a hat. Everybody is hip to hip, basically. You see Wanye doing his job. You see the high safety here. You also see Trayvon Diggs baiting him, wanting him to go right here. So you seeing that this particular defense that the Cowboys have as far as personnel, they are sticky as it relates to their coverage, regardless of who calling the defensive plays. These guys are ball hawks. They're right in space, and they're right there for the moment. And you can see that Parsons is able to put them down in the dirt. Now, this game, I think that the pass rush was there, but we couldn't stop the run. And when it was necessary for Parsons to get out to the edge here to slow down any passing, he was able to get there. Here's the thing that we have to understand and realize, that the Dallas Cowboys, if they are one-dimensional, I think the Cowboys can win any game, meaning that if a team is only trying to throw it around, Cowboys will really take their lunch. But when it's a balanced approach, or when it's a situation where they can't stop the run, last season they fell into these traps right here. And I saw 54, they got away with one, right? 54 got away with one. I think he kind of offside on it. Let's see. That's slow motion. Yeah. Yeah. They just didn't catch it, right? But 54, he was offsides. But neither here nor there. Parsons is able to squeeze in between the two, scoop around, and there's really no play open at this point. Everybody got a hat on a hat, and he just got to take this sack. That is what Parson brings to the table. And these guys, these DBs, they still going to have the coverage, sticky coverage ability. And I like that out of the DBs that we have here in the silver and blue. So that's what I'm looking for. Parsons brings that. He had over 90 pressures in the National Football League last year. He had over 13 sacks. I think that when you look at Parsons, figure out a way to continue to utilize his skill sets, figure out a way to continue to maximize his ability to create that pressure. Even with this play right here, Stafford, he's a damn good thrower of the ball, but the play's got to develop. And if Parsons get there before he is able to hit this deep post right here, there's nothing he can do. You can talk about throwing with anticipations and things like that, but this guy still got to run his route, and he got to make his perfect mechanics of his throw to get this ball out. And guess what? He's not able to do that. Closing speed is crazy. So Parsons helps that out tremendously. I think that this would have been an open read for Stafford. I think that would have been a good play for him, either hitting him or hitting him underneath. But he's not able to set that up due to Michael Parsons. Those are things that he is able to bring to the table. That's about equivalency of saving about anywhere between 10 to 15 to 25 to 30 yards off of one given play. And you can see that of what Parsons brings to the table. I would rather have him on the team and figuring out other ways to utilize and use his skill set for the best abilities for this team, opposed to saying, hey, get rid of Parsons. He's the problem. He's the issue. No. Oh, patience wearing thin. No. You keep this, and then you figure out ways to either challenge him to a degree to be even better and surround more and more pieces, more and more weapons around it. Because if your back end, if your secondary is able to do their job, if he can get home, and if it's a known throwing play, he gonna get there. I just think that the Cowboys need to figure out ways to utilize other guys to stop the run. And that's been the Achilles heels with the Cowboys for many moons too, by the way. A kind of overlooked defensive tackles, and they are very much so needed in this particular football league. And you will see some of the better teams have some of the better opportunities with defensive tackles, and those are the realities of it. If you look at Parsons, his ability to squeeze inside and take away those reads, and this young quarterback, he really had no chance or an opportunity to go through it. Yeah. And that's what Parsons brings to the table. Watch this closing speed, and you can watch this 1,000 times over. Squeeze inside. It's amazing. We call Parsons the edger, like the edge rusher, but majority of his sacks come from down inside. Yeah, get down in there because his speed is just real, right? And he had that ability, squeeze inside. And to counter all of that, I think that the Cowboys, you get bigger inside, and you have linebackers to, in this particular new defense that they're gonna have, you're gonna have your linebackers sitting here in the sinkhole, right? And Parsons may do a stunt, or if he's on the edge here, Parsons still can do the similar things or similar things, but just look out for Zim to utilize him in that way. Figure out ways to not be so complacent in keeping Parsons at one location, right? And just moving him around like chess pieces. And I think that will be a better look for Parsons. And he playing through the echoes of the whistle here. I love this disengaging, keeping his feet moving, not stopping his feet, move him out the way, he threw smooth out the way right there. And he's able to still make that pursuit. Quarterback really, he's running for his life. That clock is ticking in his head, and he's like, oh, damn. They took that read away because they wanted him to make that throw right here or right here. You got someone waiting there. And no, I can't do it. There'll be a pick six. Let me hold it and see if I can go through my progressions again. Everybody hip to hip over there. That's what Parsons brings to the table. Even at a smaller structure, right? We know Parsons not a big guy. And on the edge here, of course, he get slammed with a double right here. He's able to break a piece that one. And someone else is able to push that pocket back. That's what we ultimately want, right? Like, we know, like, the Cowboys lost to Miami. I get all of that last season. And this is very, very much so light body. You got 11, you got 90, and then I think that's Fowler. So this is your edge package, in the light package. I don't think that Zim will run something like this. This is just too giving, right? But it works in moments when it's long third down or what have you, and it's obvious a passing down. But I think that the staple piece of Zim's defense will not totally embody smaller guys, and I get it. That's what we have right now. I just think that what will happen ultimately is that you will see more traditional sets. Maybe on this down you can still have Parsons streaming off the edge, but you will have a linebacker in there, Eric Kendricks, Maris or Overshown, or someone, Damone Clark, someone in the backfield in the sinkhole, right? And that way you see more formalities of a play like this, and you would see more and more, okay, this is what they known to do, and this is what they take away, so that's how I see it. And I think that the Cowboys will be better suited with traditional sets. if you can continue to have bigger bodies down inside, still utilize Parsons on the edge here and there, it will be such a better team. And you were not allowed to depend on one person to create pressure. I think that the Cowboys in general, they depend on one person to create the pressure, and no one else knew how to get home on a consistent level. Granted, Armstrong, Fowler last season, they had some good numbers as it relates to sacks totals. It wasn't enough. I think that you scheme it better. You have everything up front, and on top of that, you have the mindset to not get complacent and keeping Parsons on one side of the field. You move him around like chess piece, and then you capitalize off teams double teaming and keeping a tight end on his side of the chip. You capitalize off of it, and then you become a better team. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. I get it. Run defense been our Achilles heel. Not worried much about coverages. Not worried much about teams that trying to nickel and dime you down the field. I get it. The best way to slow down a pass rush, your tunnel screens, your smokes, or what have you. I'm really not worried about that. I think we got guys that can go to flat real quick. We just got to stop the run game. And all this offseason, just to be 1,000, I don't know of any person that I'm kind of like over the heels on saying that, hey, this person will be able to stop the run. I don't think Rodgers. I don't think Denzel Jackson. I don't think that even Carl Davis will be that guy that you can sit back and say, yeah, those boys will stop the run. No. I just look at it from those perspectives that if the Cowboys really serious about this, go get you a run stuffer, get you a run stopper, and be just 100 with yourself. Now, can we slow it down just a little bit with Mozzie, and can he get things going? Well, we don't know. But the Cowboys got all of next month and a piece of preseason to figure it out. My best bet will be get you a person with personnel, with size matter, and still utilize Parsons in that degree of all over the field, but get you a good run plugger, and I think that this defense would flourish. We got the linebackers, we got the safeties and the DBs. Everything else is there. It's just that we have one reservation, big boy down inside. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.